Okay, so here I have my finished sleeve. Here's on the inside. There it is on the outside. Sorry about such bad footage. So here, this step, if you wanted, you could trim your edges, trim your seam allowance, and then you could serge or zigzag over the edge, but I'm not going to do this because I don't think this is going to go in the wash ever. So, the next step is one of the final steps. There are only a few steps more, so bear with me. Is to sew the side seam. Yay! But before you do that, check on your doll to see if it fits her all right. Here we have Gwen in one of the shirts I made. Neck is a little wonky, it's the first one I made. So just put it on your doll like this. Looks very nice. It's going to be tight, but I don't mind. It looks very good on her. So, you can see that it'll fit her. And now you're going to sew your side seams. So first, you always want to make sure when sewing side seams and any seam that you match up these ends of the sleeves. So pin it there at the very top. And then I'd say you don't have to pin if you're really good at sewing and sewing straight. Then I'd say pin it again down at the bottom. Sorry, you probably can't even see what I'm doing here. And then once again in the middle. So that's 3 pins. And all you're going to do is, if you did go to 4 to finish your inside of your sleeves, you want to do this on the, I'm just showing you here. You do not want to do it like this, but it's easier to see the colors, so I'm quickly going to change that before I sew. But you're just going to pin it like that, like I did, but like this. I don't really need pins in mine, so just wanted to show you. Like that. And you want the side seams to match up. Make sure you're doing the right side, and make sure you're on stitch 0, 1 and sewing with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So just sew that and on both sides, and I'll be right back. I've put my Velcro on, and it's perfect. Just a little bit more about the Velcro, the sew-on Velcro. Now, there are 2 ways you could put it on. You could put it on using a zigzag stitch, but I prefer to make it look a little more professional, and sew down each side and backstitch, always backstitch to reinforce the ends when you're putting on Velcro. And then I sew straight down, sew across here, but before I do that I backstitch again, sew across, go up, backstitch, go back up, backstitch, and then go across. Do that on both sides for this, and it makes it look very nice and professionally finished. So next, you are pretty much done. You just check the fit on your doll, which I'm not going to do with you here watching this. I'm put some pictures on, see how it looks like this when it's done, and it looks nice and professional. So now all you need to do is spend the time cutting off all the extra strings, which takes a good amount of time. So here is the finished shirt. It's really cute. It's not perfect, but, you know, whatever. So I'm just going to cut off the threads, and you will be done. Yay! But first, check the fit on your doll, because if it doesn't fit on your doll, if it's too big, then just bring the side seams in a bit. If it's too small, rip up this and then closer to the edge, but not too close because then you might get a hole. So here it is. I'll put Gwen in it later and then show you some pictures. Okay, thanks for watching. So I have finished the edge. Of course you can't see it because my camera is acting up still. So now you're going to go back to stitch 1 if you were doing that on a regular sewing machine, and you're just going to hem the bottom the same way you hem the sleeves and the same way you hem the neckline. So just do that, and actually, well, I'll show you that when we do the Velcro. So just hem that, and we'll be right back. So I have finished hemming my bottom edge, and we are almost done. But right now, you are going to get your doll in. So here's Gwen modeling the skinny jeans, which I will definitely show you how to make because they are really awesome. And the white t-shirt. So I'm not going to undress her because I don't feel like doing that right now. So here she is, and I'm going to try this shirt on over her other shirt, so it'll be very tight. Be a tight squeeze, but this is exactly the fit I'm going for, except for in the back where we... No, this is good. Okay. So here she is. If you can't see her before, I'll try to get a good picture. So here she is. She will be wearing this dress in the video, this shirt in the video that my sister and I will be making. So make sure to watch it when it comes out. This is going to look very cute on her. So the next step, thank you, Gwen, will be to put on the Velcro. Yay! Okay, I don't have much Velcro left, so I'm a little nervous. I need to go shopping soon. You want to measure how much Velcro you need. I'm actually going to do a little bit less just to save some, because I don't really mind if the end of the shirt sticks out a bit. So I am using, oh sorry, can't see what I'm doing. I am using this Velcro that is actually both hooks and loops on the same side. So here it is. You only need one strip of this type of Velcro, and it actually sticks to itself. Okay, so anyway, you're going to cut your Velcro strip in half, or 2 strips if you're not using this both hook and loop type. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut it in half. So as you can see, I've done that right here. And then you are going to make a really small hem here, depending on the fit of your doll, on both sides of your, both edges where you're going to be putting your Velcro. So you don't even have to worry about folding it over twice because the Velcro is going to cover most of it. So I'll be right back after you do that. Believe me, this trick will be very helpful. So I have done that on both sides, and this is what it looks like. Oh, finally, my camera's getting a little better. So here's what the shirt looks like, and now you are going to do the Velcro. Okay, so take your 2 pieces, and this is very important, so listen carefully, and decide which side you want to go over the other. So it's going to end up going like this. So I want the Velcro to be on the inside here. So you probably can't see this very well. You're just going to stick the Velcro here. You don't even have to pin it. Just like this. And if you have the adhesive kind that just sticks, just stick it on, you're done. But I like the kind that you sew on because sometimes the stick-on kind, they just come off with the other one. So I recommend the sew-on. So just sew. Make sure that you sew one on the inside and then the other one on the outside of the shirt. This is very, very important because they need to overlap. So I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. And then you can do that yourself. Okay, so here is the finished shirt. I've cut off all of the threads. This is just a little extra that I'm going to tell you about. It's pretty important. So when you do make your own doll clothes, you might want to consider getting an American Girl doll tank top set, because you do not want the colors from fabric bleeding on to your doll's stomach. So just keep that in mind. I have 2 of them because I usually only have 2 outfits for my dolls, but we are going to the American Girl doll store soon, so I will tell you a little bit about that when that happens. So I'm planning on getting some more there, but here's the shirt. It's very cute. I made the neckline a little bit wider, as you can see. In the yours will probably look a little thinner with wider shoulder seams, but just keep that in mind because you do not want the colors from the fabric bleeding on. Here's what they look like. I'll take this shirt off of Gwen. So this is what the lighting here is horrible. This is what the tank tops look like. Thank you, Gwen. So, you know, if you do have a historical doll and you don't have any modern underpants for them, undergarments for them, this is that's good because it's got it comes with the tank top set, which is made by American Girl and isn't going to bleed because they do something with it, and a pair of underpants. So, yeah, just make sure to check that out. If you aren't going to do that, I'd say have them wear an American Girl doll shirt underneath, just so that doesn't bleed through. Yeah. Thanks for